Hello, and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel, where we do unboxes, plan with me's, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today, we got our Book of the Month Club in. Want to see what's inside? Come join me. Book of the Month is just that, a Book of the Month. You get a selection of books. It is $17.99 per month with free shipping in the United States. They now also send to Canada, except for Quebec. I do not know why. You can add books. As you see, I did do an addition on mine. This month we had 5 selections. We had a literary fiction, a thriller, a contemporary fiction, another thriller, and a literary fiction. So, without further ado, I'm going to open this upside down. And as I said, I did order other books. I did an addition. All right. Get this off for a second. Here is the bookmark. This book hits the plot. You always get a bookmark. And the book I chose for this month was The Fury by Alex Michaeldus. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry. This is the first book I've ever read by this person. So I think he did The Silent Patient. We're about to find out. This is a tale of murder. Or maybe that's not quite true, as it's a love story, isn't it? Lana Faras is a reclusive ex-movie star and one of the most famous women in the world. Every year she invites her closest friends to escape the English weather and spend Easter on her idyllic private Greek island. I tell you this because you may think you know the story. You probably read about it at the time. It caused a real stir in the tabloids, if you remember. It had all the necessary ingredients for a press sensation. A celebrity, a private island cut off by the wind, and a murder. We find ourselves trapped there overnight, our old friendship concealed, hatred and desire for revenge. What follows was a game of cat and mouse, a battle of wits, full of twists and turns, building to an unforgettable climax. The night ends in a violence and death. But who am I? My name is Elliot Chase, and I'm going to tell you a story unlike any you've ever heard. Okay, here is him. I was right, The Silent Patient, and The Maidens. Okay, that was the other one. So there you go. All right, so this is the book I selected for this January. All right, and then I added 3 more books. This was just added, okay? The first book I added was Only If You're Lucky, a Stacey William Henn book. I love the one that I read from her, so I decided I was going to try to grab another one by her. A sharp and twisted exploration of female friendship from the best-selling author of The Flicker in the Dark and All the Dangerous Things. Lucy Sharp is larger than life, magnetic and addictive, bold and dangerous, especially for Margaret, who meets Lucy at the end of their freshman year at the Liberal Arts College in South Carolina. Margaret is the shy one, the careful one, always the sidekick and never the center of attention. But Lucy singles her out at the end of the year, and a year Margaret spent studying and playing it safe, and asked her to room together. Something in Margaret can't say no, something daring, or starved, or maybe even envious. And so Margaret finds herself living in an off-campus house with 3 other girls, Lucy, the ringleader, Sloane, the sarcastic one, and Nicole, the nice one. The 3 of them opposites, but also deeply intertwined. It's a year that finds Margaret finally coming out of the shell she's been in since the end of high school, when her best friend, Eliza, died 3 weeks after graduation. Margaret and Lucy have become the closest of friends. But by the middle of the sophomore year, one of the frat boys from the house next door has been brutally murdered, and Lucy is missing without a trace. Only If You're Lucky is a tantalizing thriller about a nature of friendship and belonging, about loyalty, envy, and betrayal. Another gripping novel from the author, quickly becoming a gold standard in the psychological suspense. I have to say, I really do enjoy her books, so I'm really looking forward for this one. I did read both of her books that they said and loved them. This one I picked up was Northwoods by Amy Pease. On a warm summer night in a picture-perfect Midwestern resort town, a teenager boy is found dead in the lake. This is no accident, and there will be devastating consequences that reach far beyond the Northwoods' plastic shores and pristine forest. Eli North is not okay. His drinking is getting worse by the day. His emotional wounds after deployment to Afghanistan are as raw as ever. His marriage and career are over, and the only job he can hold down is the local sheriff department. And that's only because the sheriff is his mother, and she's overwhelmed with the small town, shaky lake, dwindling budget, and the fallout from the opiate epidemic. The Northwoods of Wisconsin may be a vacationer's paradise, but amid the fishing trips and campfires and Paul Bunyan festivals, something sinister is taking shape. When the body of a teenage boy is found in the lake, it sets in motion an investigation that leads Eli to a wealthy enclave with a violent past, a pharmaceutical salesman, and a missing teenage girl. Soon, Eli and his mother, along with the young FBI agent, are on the hunt for more than just a killer. If Eli settles the case, could he finally get the shot of redemption he so desperately needs? Or will the darkness haunt him and his hometown continue to bring destruction to the Northwoods? It sounded like a good book, so that was interesting, so I grabbed that one. And this one's going to be a little different because I have been staying away from romance, but I just could not pass this one up. It sounded too good. Butcher and the Blackbird by Brennan Weaver. And you'll now see why I just couldn't help it. A viral friends to lovers dark romance comedy full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. Every serial killer needs a friend. Every game must have a winner. When a chance encounter sparks on an unlikely bond between rival murderers Salone and Rowan, they find themselves something exclusive, a friendship of two like minds, pitch-black souls who just happen to enjoy killing other serial killers. From small-town West Virginia to upscale California, and from downtown Boston to rural Texas, these two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something more, the relentless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. Can Rowan and Sloane dig themselves out of a game of graves, or have they finally met their match? I couldn't help it. It was just... Here's the author. It was too much of a... I have got to read this. So, we have this one. This one. Let's see here. Romance. I'm going to say thriller, and of course, the monthly thriller. What did y'all think of my selection? For the month of... This was my selection of those. What did you think? Which book would you read first? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, and until next time, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day.